relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. And every day I affirm and pray that I'm blessed with everything I have. I release my fear, 'cause it's oh so clear. I am held, I am loved, I am safe. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. And now I see what my life can be when I trust in the process and have faith. And now I know if I just let go, that I have all I'll ever need. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well, all is well, all is well, all is well. We provide a welcoming community that inspires and encourages all who gather here through the teaching, sharing, and practice of universal spiritual principles.
And we practice those principles during our hugs and handshakes as we honor each of you wherever you are on your path. You know the rules: hug, handshake, no thank you at this moment. Go ahead, enjoy.
eat. We now have our technical difficulties hopefully worked out. Ha! I knew they couldn't mute me for long. So wonderful. Anyway. All right, announcements. And since I have camp here, those songs just come into my head. Announcements, announcements, announcements. Never mind. All right. Yeah, you'll get that. So the beginning, I'd like to thank all of those people who helped with old Anvil days. I hear it was a smashing great time. And that would be Linda Longenegger, Linda Raber, Sherry Fries, Helene Gatos, and Joanne Yegley. Anybody else who showed up? Yay, thank you. Part of our community outreach to be out there, and we do appreciate that. If you have not yet signed up for the luncheon on August the 29th, there's a sign-up sheet in the Rose Room. Please make sure you do so. We are having the grand opening of the Holy Ground, that special thing, and then afterwards we're having that fellowship downstairs. So please sign up if you can stay for that luncheon. And we're going to do the monthly hug meeting during that time, since we'll have, hopefully, many of you with us at that time. Unity World Day of Prayer is in process of planning, so mark your calendars to have some availability on that 8th and 9th, more information coming. And also, our congregational picnic at Memorial Lake is on Sunday, September the 12th. We enjoy such a peaceful time there at Memorial Lake. Again, just mark that, and if you show up here, there'll be signs that say, go to the lake, all right? If you need any help with that, transportation and such, please let someone know, and we'll be more than happy to help you with that. And our prayer chaplains today, Dan Christopher and Sam Sherman, both holding space here in the sanctuary, and they also will be available for your individual prayer time at the side. All right? I think that's it. Did I forget anything? Good. All right. Vicki, Daily Word. Thank you.
Good morning. The word today is joy. I say yes to the joy that invites me in this moment. Joy is the call of my heart. Whether I'm at work or at play, I bring a spirit of joyfulness to everything I do. More than a mood or an attitude, joy is part of me and mine to live and to share. Like all aspects of my divine identity, joy flowers in my consciousness when I hold joyful thoughts and feelings. I express my joy as the excitement of anticipation, fascination at a new discovery, deep satisfaction in a relationship, and the tranquil glow from communicating with God in prayer. My joy is contagious, and I love to share in it. I have feelings of joy when I take part in a friend's or family member's joyous moments, their celebrations and accomplishments. I feel quiet joy when I offer encouragement, and even when I give comfort, grateful to share the care and love of God. Rejoice always. 1 Thessalonians 5:16.
I am home, my family is here. I feel loved by the ones I hold so dear. And when my family needs me, I promise to be there. And when I need my family, I'm lifted up in prayer.
Indeed, we are lifted up in prayer at this time. Take that moment to return to that space that we were in just moments ago, where we connected into the oneness. And we start with that joy. From the daily word, we know that we live for and from the joy. And so let's place those moments of joy first in our container this morning. Those little moments, the smell of my newly opened fresh tea. Okay, you can have coffee. Those little joys, waving at a neighbor, a courteous checkout clerk. Just those moment-to-moment joys. Give thanks in every moment for those moments. And then there are the joys of our milestones. We give thanks for those moments, graduations, births, anniversaries, weddings. Those are the ones that we mark our lives from. And those are the memories that will comfort us and give us strength and give us hope in those moments that we need the support. It is an honor to pray for those who have requested prayer on our prayer list. And we hold each and every one of those people in the highest and the best light. For it is said in the scriptures that our prayers are already known before we put them to lip. And we say, thank you, God, for that. For knowing the needs within, for knowing the needs in our heart. And we see each and every one of those who are struggling, who are in need of comfort. We see them getting exactly what the divine knows they need. And we say thank you. We are so blessed to have those opportunities. And if there's someone who is on your heart at this moment that you would like to lift up in prayer, take that moment to speak their name aloud or in your mind and lift them up now. Your request is heard and honored and is taken care of because we live in the oneness and we share in that gratitude. Namaste.
The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. You are beautiful. You are whole. You are beautiful. You are whole. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go float into the mystery. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore. Float into the mystery. You have all you need. It's all inside of you. Just close your eyes and breathe and know that you are safe. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore. Float into the mystery. No need to make a plan. Your heart will be your compass. Just lift your sails in faith and trust that you will arrive. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore. Float into the mystery. Float into the mystery. Float into the mystery. Let go. Float. Let go. Float. Let go, float, float.
Always perfect selections. Thank you. Welcome back to the 12 Power Series. The power for today is release. Yes, this is the power that I drew out of that basket 2 years ago. You've heard many of us talk about it. And I went, isn't that a cute power? Wonder why I got that. I didn't have anything to release. Little did I know why I received that release. About 3 months after that, I found out why, because my family was given an opportunity that we didn't see coming. Wasn't on the plan, wasn't on the schedule. We're going to move. We're going to downsize. More on that later. But before we get into all that, I'd like to review the 12 powers with you because we're almost to the end. I'm number 11. And so we're going to review with an exercise, literally an exercise. So please stand up, follow the PowerPoint. We're going to do an exercise called the Daily Dozen, given to me by Reverend Mary Masters from Unity of Buffalo, one of my beautiful classes. So what I will do is I will say the power, and then you'll see a motion that we're going to do. And so you're going to do some movement, and then there's an affirmation that goes with it. Oh, Tammy is warming up back there. All right, go ahead, Dan. Let's start. Faith. Faith blesses my day and paves my way. Love. I am a radiating center of love. Strength. I have the strength to accomplish all that is mine to do. wisdom. I am guided by divine wisdom in every thought, word, and action. Power. Sorry, yes. Power. All power is given to me by God. Imagination. Envision the good unfolding in every area of my life. Understanding. My understanding of truth deepens and enriches my life. That's it, with conviction. You got that. All right. Will. I choose. I commit. I am willing. Order. Smooth it out. All right. Divine order governs every aspect of my life. Zeal. Ready? I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm to do the things that ought to be done by me. And release. I release everything that no longer serves my unfolding good and life. I am the power of life. I love my life, and I am magnetic to my good. Keep the hug. Come on. Hug a little longer. There you go. All right, thank you. Those are the 12 powers. We call those the daily dozen. And yes, I've already asked Jackie to put that in your email blast. So I know how you are. Can we get a copy of that? Certainly. All right, so those are the 12 power reviews. So now back to the power or the ability for today. Now this is the only power that goes by 3 names: release, elimination, and renunciation. And we ask ourselves, why is that this one gets 3 names? I don't know. But the disciple that goes with this is Thaddeus. And Thaddeus goes by 3 names. I'm thinking that's appropriate. But in the book, The 12 Ordinary Men, John MacArthur described Thaddeus as a tender-hearted gentleman who displayed childlike humility. You need that with elimination. Childlike humility, okay? But the 3 names are Thaddeus, Judas, son or brother of James, and in the Catholic Church, they call him Jude. And the last name is Lebedius. The color is russet. Oh, it's just brown. Really, it is. But we just, they pretty things up for us, but that's what it is. So the color associated with elimination is that russet. And the location in the body is the lower abdomen, the colon. You get it? Are you catching on? Yeah. I recently had someone tell me that elimination is the Raisin Bran power. That works, doesn't it? Yes. There are 2 main ways that I like to think of this power: the actual physical elimination, and then the mental, spiritual part of release. So for the body, we know that the elimination is in the colon. And Cora Fillmore, in her book, Christ Enthralled in Man, says this, that in the lower part of the back, near the spinal column, is a ganglionic nerve center. And this nerve center presides over the elimination of waste from the body temple. It eliminates error thought and the mind to expand the good. And our co-founder, Charles Fillmore, said about that thoughts must be digested in a manner similar to the way that we take in food and the way food is digested. An eagerness to gain knowledge without proper digestion and assimilation ends in mental congestion is the word. Congestion. Yeah. Now let's look at how Paul Hasselbeck describes this power. The power of elimination and release. We've talked about the Power Up book in all of these. And in that book, he says elimination is the ability to release, remove, denounce, deny, say no, that's one I work on, and let go. If you are underdeveloped in this ability, you are a classic pack rat. You don't have to raise your hand. We know who donated the most to the yard sale. But you eliminated, so we're proud of you. Okay. But you don't only have problems eliminating stuff. You have problems possibly ending relationships, jobs, or other bad situations. If you are overdeveloped in elimination, you end things prematurely. You may be wasteful, you may be purging all the time, and you may be dismissive. We know that all the powers have partners, and they help one another. We use elimination in balance and in partnership with judgment, knowing what and when to let go. Judgment helps us look at the question, is this serving my highest good, or simply, how is this serving me? We use elimination to let go of old beliefs, embedded theology, and aspects of our ego or personality that hinder us into being the very best person we can be. So this is the second way that I like to look at release, the mental and spiritual part. Letting go of those old beliefs that get in our way. Releasing the thought of limits. In the May-June edition of Unity magazine, there was an article entitled Endless Supply. And in this article, the author said, God is not limited. We limit God. And we limit ourselves through accepted assumptions, labels, and failure to believe. Beliefs that there could not be enough. I have to stockpile. And what about next week? Self-imposed limitations actually cut off our goods and supply. Look at how quickly toilet paper became the most important paper of the pandemic. So, back to my family and our downsizing surprise. You see, I lived in a house for over 27 years. My wife and I had no plans on moving. As a matter of fact, we built an office next door, and we had designed that office to be our retirement space. 2 bedrooms, nice little kitchenette, it was there. We talked about it for years. We were going to rent the big house and move over to the smaller house. There was only one problem. When we planned that, she's grinning, my daughter was not in the picture. And that house was not big enough for 3. And then the opportunity was presented that we could purchase my mother-in-law's home as she was moving into assisted living. This house had been in their family for over 70 years, and Beck and I were honored to have that opportunity. I was open immediately to this because I saw the divine order was working for our good. It has been a wonderful decision, and I am so glad that I had already worked with this power so that I could move on easily and release that home and stuff. We downsized from a 14-room house and a 5-room business to a 7-room house. We provided the yard sale 2 years ago. We did. Every now and then Linda Rayburn would go downstairs and go, oh, Gwen's been here. We still laugh at times and we say things like, honey, do we still have X? Or did we sell that? Yeah. So, when I was writing this message a while back, I entitled it, Messages from Around the Campfire. Hence that. You see, long ago, I realized that I released those old ideas and daily stresses by taking time to quietly sit and gaze at a calming fire. If a fire is in control, then it can be calming. If the fire is allowed to go unsupervised, that is when it can become dangerous. But a campfire is usually controlled. As a lifetime Girl Scout, I have spent countless hours around the campfire. And as a camp counselor in my early 20s, it was the signal of a day that was done and a job well done. And hopefully the campers were asleep. I learned to release the day's stress while calmly gazing into the flames or the embers. I am fortunate to have a campfire area in our backyard, and we try to have a fire at least once a week when the weather permits. Just sitting there, relaxing, talking to my family, or maybe no words at all. My breathing slows and my mind clears. You can also use candle gazing if you can't have a campfire at the time. Candle gazing is also a great practice for release. You might have soft music playing or not. Just breathe softly and watch the flame of the candle. I highly recommend trying this if you're struggling with an issue. Use a soft gaze towards the bottom of that flame and see if your mind opens and new ideas come in. Once you release and make space, that's when things begin to flow. But let me remind you that you do not need to have a big campfire or a special ceremony like the burning bowl that we do at New Year's. Because Charles Fillmore says that thoughts are things. They occupy space in the mental field. A healthy state of mind is attained and continued when the thinker willingly lets go of the old thoughts and takes on the new. Working with the power or the ability of elimination can also be a simple no if your plate is too full to take on another project. Or it can be as simple clean out the junk drawer, which Reverend Stephanie has challenged you during this process to do. So now, back to the campfire and my interviewee for this morning, our lovely administrative assistant, Jackie McNeil. I learned that Jackie shares my love of camping and, more importantly, the campfire. So let's find out what elimination and release has to do with her, and let's have a conversation around the campfire, shall we? Are you practiced on how to turn it on? That's some of the first things. Do you like the chairs? Okay, these are not my typical camp folding chairs. There is no graceful way to get out of those. I've learned that. So I said, I'm going to use the ones that we use at home. So thank you, Jackie. Thank you. Okay, so Paul Hasselbeck had his definition of release. What's yours?
My definition of release would be to take that quiet time around the campfire and sit with yourself, examine what isn't working, and acknowledge those structures of knowing and thank them for what they've done for you. And then release them. Say, your job is done. I appreciate it. And now I don't need you anymore. And then once you do that, to replace that, consciously replace that release, to fill that void with something that is going to be productive for you.
Right, that nature, that void, the vacuum is there, and so now you have to replace that with something that you want to control.
Yes. And again, that conscious effort is to not let something else slip in there that's just going to keep you on maybe a different track, but still unhealthy. Right. And then doing that with kindness towards yourself, without malice, allowing yourself your ego to get out of your way and say, I was wrong, and I can do better now.
Yeah, that structures of knowing, we talk about that, and again, that comes with that gratitude, to give it to yourself. We say thank you to a lot of people, but we don't say it to ourselves a lot of times. Good. So what parts of your life have you used it in? This was our fun question, because I know what she's going to say, like we all do.
Everything.
How's it going?
When Mom had reached out to me a couple months ago and said, oh, this would be great because you've eliminated so much in your life the last 1.5 to 2 years now. And of course, the first thing I said, well, I'm really going to have to, and I didn't say this to her, I thought it in my head. I should have said it out loud just to get it out there.
But it is her. Yeah.
So the first thing I said to myself was, well, I have to eliminate my absolute terror of public speaking and address where can I grow from not, what opportunities do I have to not be afraid of speaking in front of other people. So that I worked on a lot, and I thanked it. I thanked it for how it's helped me in the past. And then I released it. And from there, I thought about, okay, what have I eliminated? I quit my job because I wanted to be a mother, and I wasn't getting to be a mother working 80 hours a week. So I quit my job, and the struggle from there was to, what do I fill this void with? Especially with the pandemic, I wanted to be a mother, but then I had my daughter, just her and I, for like 9 months straight of just quality time. And so then I kind of examined that structure of knowing. It's like, do I just want to be a mother? What else do I want to be in my life? So I decided to go back to school and switch my degree. And with that, I had to eliminate my thought process of, I am not good at school. I was never good at school. I've always been very intelligent, but I'm never was successful at school. And so then I also had to release that thought and say, well, why am I not good at school? And examine that, and that was mostly because I didn't like being around lots of people, having to have public speaking. And so I chose a path that would facilitate what I needed and do everything online, and I had more control over who I interacted with. So it was really cool to be able to release that and let it go, and then just consciously fill that void with something that will be very productive for me in the future and help me meet my goals.
And in the meantime, a financial job showed up as a part-time
Yes.
job to kind of fill that void a little bit.
Exactly.
And it worked great within the family structure.
Yes.
So, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then from, again, just redoing how I parent and how some of those, like even eating dinner at the table with each other every night. It's like, well, do I really need that? Is that something I can release because it's causing me more stress than it is good? And how can I still get that quality time with my daughter and have that one-on-one bonding without having to force us all to meet some unrealistic schedule? So that was also an interesting revelation. And then the final thing is really releasing relationships. I've released a lot of unhealthy relationships and thanked them and myself for the reason they were in my life. And then acknowledged that this isn't healthy anymore, and that I was wrong and that I can do better.
So there was always a lesson.
Yep.
And the lesson is to learn that.
Yep.
And not repeat that.
Yep, exactly. Not to just
We're not going to do the show of hands. How many repeated a lesson several times?
break the cycle.
We've been there.
That's my motto, break
been
the
there.
cycle.
That's right. That's right. Break that cycle. Yeah. Good. Well, it's been a year. It does. So anything else that you use this specifically in the pandemic for?
Probably releasing my thought that I needed to be around other people. And for me, I've really enjoyed, I enjoyed my solitude a great deal, and having that time to not focus on everyone else, not have employees or, run Cassie everywhere. So it was not just to release, I have to be busy all the time, and allow myself to just enjoy being present and
Enjoy you.
yeah, exactly.
I think that's one of the things many of us learned, who we were, during that time, and what was important to us, and releasing all those things that no longer served us. How good. How great that was. Yeah. I do want to say, because Jackie and I were laughing before this, I did want to give you a little heads up that we were very remiss that we couldn't have a real fire, because Vicki Smith and Reverend Stephanie already had that. You remember that? Yeah. They were burning things during faith, and they released some stuff, and they had that burning bowl, so they had the real fire. So we just have the pretend one here,
Or it's very warm.
It's right, yeah. But we released that need. Yes, we did. So we're good. Anything else?
Really just a reminder to myself and to everyone else, it is really hard to eliminate those things. It's very hard to sit with yourself and, again, acknowledge you're wrong and not let that fear paralyze you to change, to stay exactly where you are.
Right. Yeah. That's sort of how we were. I mean, I am amazed at what a wonderful year this has been. We've been in our house for a year, and I have clients all the time asking me, do you miss the other place? No, I released it. And there's a great family there now, and it's all good. And I'm not going to look back.
Yes.
I think that's part of the other part of this, is releasing with that gratitude that something else came in. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank her very much. Thank you very much. All right, so this leads us into our time of meditation. We're going to do this a little differently, as Janie always finds the most beautiful, perfect music. And I was listening to it last week, and I said to Janie, I can't add words to this, because it's just so settling. So take your time to settle in, find a nice, comfortable position, ground yourself if you can put your feet on the floor, and close your eyes and drift into the music. Listen to these words, take them in. She's going to play it through one time, and then there will be a few minutes of silence for you to release, for you to go within and do some work in that time. And then she will play the song one more time. So, enjoy. Thank you.
Control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me.
come back wherever you are. There you go. Thank you. That was beautiful. I know, right? Oh my gosh. That was great. Did you feel a little bit of that uneasiness when you had to sit with yourself in that few moments? Sometimes it's like, ooh, that was good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, this is the time in our service when we say thank you for the continued prosperity and the blessings that we have had in this community. If you are looking for one of the ways to donate to us, there's all that information. You can ask any council member if it is unclear to you, or talk to Jackie, and we'd be more than happy to help you find those ways that we accept all of your gifts. And again, we are so grateful for this community. Thank you.
I'm gonna wash that man right out of my head. I'm gonna wash that thought right out of my head. I'm gonna wash that thought right out of my head. Send it on its way. I'm gonna toss that junk right out of my life. I'm gonna toss that junk right out of my life. I'm gonna toss that junk right out of my life. Send it on its way. Don't try to keep it up, give it up, give it up. Tell it no, let it go, let it know it is so. Cancel it and let it go. Yes, sister. I'm gonna wash that thought right out of my head. I'm gonna wash that thought right out of my head. I'm gonna wash that thought right out of my head. Send it on its way. If you know you're holding on to an idea that causes strife, waste no time, make a change. Move right on into your new life. Change your mind and what it means. It's easier than it seems. If the thoughts that hold you on to an idea that gives you change, waste no time, weep no more. Thoughts and feelings held in mind. Change your mind, see what it means. It's easier than it seems. I went and tossed that junk right out of my life. I went and tossed that junk right out of my life. I went and tossed that junk right out of my life and sent it on its way. I went and washed that thought right out of my head. I went and washed that thought right out of my head. I went and washed that thought right out of my head and sent it on its way.
Rogers and Hammerstein released that and said, no problem. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's join in our unity blessing if you can stand now. And all right, rub those hands. Look around the room as we do this. Ready? We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the Christ in each and every one of you. Thank you. All right. Peace, peace, peace. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator. united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And wherever God is, all is well. Go forth and release that which is not serving you and come back for life next week. Thank you.